So 1 year into the Trump administration, this guy has done some very indefensible things that MAGA a year ago would have been totally up in arms about if Joe Biden had done it. So let's take us to his recent most egregious thing that he's done is he posted the video of the Obamas depicted as apes. That was a racist video. Whoever posted that is a racist, and whoever made that is a racist. And now for sure, when I saw that video, like MAGA is going to be upset about this video. They're not going to be okay with it. Nope, totally okay with it. I talked to a non-MAGA person. She's an independent. She said, "Well, what about Biden? What about trans people? They don't care about the racist video." And the talking heads on TV, the way they're excusing this purposely released racist video by Donald Trump is it is shocking, man. It is, talk about turning yourself into pretzels. It is interesting to watch these conservative media heads twist themselves into pretzels to try to justify Trump being a racist. So let's go to Chris Cuomo and Katie Pavolich, who have a very interesting discussion about this. Katie is from Fox News. She's MAGA, far right, and Cuomo is like a centrist or whatever. And Cuomo, any normal person can see that that video that Trump posted is racist, and whoever posted that is a racist. So this is Katie trying to defend the post, and Cuomo just absolutely shredding her a new one because she's defending the indefensible. That sucks. It's not a fun job that I would want to have, but speed up this conversation real quick.
There are a lot of Democrats in the extended video. You use a quick clip of Obama and his wife as monkeys, you know what message it sends, and you know it is wrong. And whoever was a part of it should be exposed and disposed of. Of course, the president doesn't take the blame. Of course, they took it down. The message was sent and received. And of course, his mouthpiece tries to put the blame on the rest of us. This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage. Fake outrage? Tell that to Senator Tim Scott. He posted this was the most racist thing he's ever seen out of the White House. Interesting choice of words.
I feel like that's a big deal coming from Tim Scott. Like, Tim Scott doesn't speak out on Trump. He's terrified of Trump. But yeah, Cuomo's gonna make a good point right now that the most racist thing you've seen out of this, the most racist thing, there's other racist things, like
most racist, as opposed to the only racist thing he's ever seen out of the White House. Scott apparently called the president, asked him to remove the video, and then Trump deleted it. Because if you don't want people to accuse you of being racist, guess what? Don't do things like this, okay? Now, the Obamas have not responded to the video. I'm not surprised. Instead, the president put out a message to America's athletes on the night of the opening ceremony of the Olympics. So all the athletes, we're proud of you, we're with you, saying all the right things instead of getting down in the mud. Good move. Someone can still take a high road. Because the current president said moments ago he didn't make a mistake by posting the video. He only watched the first part of the video, which was about voter fraud, and he gave it to his people, and they didn't watch the whole thing. I argue that the first part of the video should be just as embarrassing for him as the end of the video is obviously offensive, but what comes before it is the real story that motivated the bigotry in the first place. See, while it's good that some Republicans are saying, oh, you shouldn't have Obama as a monkey. Oh, great. But they're not saying anything about what came before it.
All right, so we got Michael Lawler posted about it. God, he's such a MAGA sycophant. That's kind of shocking to see that. Roger Wicker, don't know who that is. And Mike Turner, the release of the racist image of the President Barack and First Lady Michelle Obama is offensive, heartbreaking, and unacceptable. President Trump should apologize. He should.
Absurdist nonsense about the 2020 election, conspiracies that have been debunked. Before the 2-second monkey crap, 58 seconds of absurd, baseless conspiracies. They don't even mention that. Why would you put this BS with the monkey BS? Here's my take. The president believes that the kind of person who would believe the nonsense that he's putting out about the last election being rigged would be amused, would enjoy depicting the black president and his wife as monkeys. In other words, the joke is not on the Obamas. The president is actively making a monkey out of you. Now, the guy in the video is retired Army.
The people that would be interested in the 2020 stolen election video are the same ones that would be interested in the racist monkey video. Oh, man. That is gnarly. True. Cuomo, you're cooking with that one, bud.
Colonel Phil Waldron, an Army-trained spook in psychological influence operations PSYOPs. He circulated a 38-page PowerPoint back in 2020 to the members of Congress, to the White House. He had all these meetings with the Trumpers arguing that they should declare a national emergency to stay in office because China and Venezuela had remote control over our voting machines. No evidence, nothing to support the claims. They were dismissed. The MAGA folk couldn't meet with them enough, but everybody who has a fully functioning cerebellum dismissed the claims. Until now. It seems the White House is trying to distract with conspiracies that the midterms are rigged just in case they don't go their way. What they should be doing is meeting where the majority is. Our concerns, not monkey business about the past, the dire concerns of the current, specifically the cost of living, specifically health care. now polling as more concerning than groceries, utilities, rent, and mortgage payments and gas prices. Let's discuss the state of play. Host of Katie Pavolich tonight, Katie herself. Good to have you.
And while we're at it, guys, what has the GOP done to improve healthcare? Nothing. All they've done is made it worse. One of the main reasons why I vote blue is because I want free healthcare.
Happy Friday.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for having me. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
What does this mean? Not so much the monkey business. What does this intense messaging that the elections were rigged mean about the disposition towards the midterms for the administration?
Well, first, I think it's really important to point out that the outrage over the depiction at the end of a scroll video, which then automatically went to another video, was not vindictive in nature. Was it a mistake? Yes. Did it cause a problem for the White House all day today? Yes. Is the president upset about it? And there's new reporting out tonight that there are a number of White House staffers who are upset that this occurred because of the narrative all day was not on the fact that last night President Trump announced Trump RX, which means that medication prices are going to go down for Americans because Europeans now are going to pay their fair share when it
Trump RX is bullshit. I can assure you.
comes to it comes to investment in drugs and the ROD that comes into the research of those drugs. We're going to be subsidizing Europeans anymore for our medication. They're not talking about the Dow that hit an all-time high today. They had that press conference from the Department of Justice by Benghazi, exactly, where they brought justice after 14
Benghazi arrest is stupid too. Nobody cares.
for 4 Americans who were killed in that attack. And so, yes, it was not handled the best way. They should have immediately investigated it and realized that it was an automatic scroll into a video, which, as you did play, depicted a number of people and animals. Is it silly? Yes. But was it vindictive? And does it classify the president of the United States?
Silly? That's how you characterize that video as silly? That's sick. That is a sick thing to say.
As a racist, no. And I think if you look at his policies, people in his cabinet, the people who visited the White House, including Nicki Minaj recently, to call him a racist or to imply that he is one based on that video is very disingenuous and
Oh, of course. He has a black friend, so he can't be racist. I've never heard that one before, Katie. Nice one. Nice line.
context.
Well, too bad.
Oh, Cuomo, dude, too bad.
Because let me tell you something. If you don't want somebody to call you that, then you don't do things like this. He didn't show Biden and everybody else. They just show the Obama part. So it doesn't matter what it clicks and scrolls to.
But they didn't do it on purpose, Chris, which is the issue. It is an unforced error, but that's very different than being vindictive about it and doing it on purpose. It is an unforced error.
Well,
it's very different than purposely clipping it to show that.
Well, first of all, it was absolutely purposely clipped to show the Obama part. It was just part of a much bigger video. That's not the beginning. Well, it's not the beginning of the video.
It was an automatic scroll.
It's not the first.
I accidentally showed a video of the Obamas depicted as apes. And everyone calls me a racist all the time, but I accidentally shared this video. Listen to yourself. Listen to what you're saying. That is absurd.
It was an automatic, right, because it's the end of the video, which automatically scrolled into the next video. That's what happens.
Oh, no, I know. I understand how buffering and queuing works. What I'm saying is somebody made a choice.
It was a vindictive portrayal of the Obamas.
You call it what you want.
And what happens?
Let me tell you something. If I do something like that, if I did that, first of all, I'd probably get fired. But if I did that, guess what people would call me? A bigot. You know why? That's a bigoted thing to put out. That's why. And we both know.
I agree, Chris. I agree with you that if they purposely only clipped this portion on purpose, it would be bigoted. It would be disgusting. But they didn't purposely clip this portion on purpose. It was part of another video that got scrolled into automatically after they were portraying the other video, which is the one they were clipping for the feed. They didn't watch it all the way to the end. So there's a difference between...
All right, so that is the line that I'm getting from the people that are making the most sense right now, is that we were posting that video, but the video stopped and then scrolled onto another video because, you know, my feed has racist videos like that all the time, you know, no big deal. So this was just a big accident and a big misunderstanding.
Racist. I'm not saying he's a racist. Listen, Katie, words matter. Context matters, as you say. You want the defense of it, use it as a sword and a shield. So if you do something like this, this is a racist thing to do. It doesn't mean you're a racist necessarily, but what you did invites the racism, okay? And what's more important is, you know what I do if I did this by mistake? You know what you do if you did this by mistake? You say, I'm sorry. That's what you say, because you are mortified. You are mortified. Not him. Not him. I did nothing wrong. I have nothing to apologize for. I don't care if you're offended. And then Katie, you know, and then Levitt comes out there, you know, bloodlessly and says, oh, this is all on you, fake outrage. Senator Tim Scott didn't think that. Is he a
Well,
dope?
Chris, the best thing for them to do was to say, this was a mistake. This was not done on purpose.
Yep.
Here's the full video that was scrolled into the previous video that was being posted by a staffer on the president's True Social account. That's not what they did, and then it caused a problem for them all day long. But again, I'm very glad you just showed the full context of the video, which portrays a number of politicians in animal costumes. So I'm not sure how you can make the case that it was only racist against 2 people portrayed in the video and not the rest of them portrayed in the video.
Okay.
There are other people in the video who are portrayed as animals as well, so the whole video can't be racist because there's other people in the video. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Holy shit, dude.
Want it to be discussed.
That woman is getting paid for what she's doing right now. Me, I'm not making any money. I spent an hour today just messing with the audio. This woman is going to get paid for this conversation right now. That's sick.
Prejudicial towards everybody. I'll concede the point. Let me ask you something
It's racist against Trump to say he's a lion costume? I mean, this doesn't make any sense.
No, but your analogy makes no sense. Again, this is a very
Your analogy makes no sense.
You took
Your analogy makes no sense.
So you're calling it racist. You're saying it's a racist fact pattern? Where's the fact
look, Katie,
pattern?
I know
What's
you
the
need
fact
that. Katie, I know you need that to give you
I don't
some
need
kind of
anything.
high ground that this is being taken too far, but this is on you. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't contextualize it. He doesn't
Look how pissed Cuomo is right here. That he's literally shaking, which he should. Because Katie deserves an ass kicking for this attitude in this conversation right now. It's just disgusting.
anything is wrong that he ever does, and then you're surprised that people come at him and to say that it's overreaction? Nonsense. It's
No,
political malpractice in the main.
I'm actually not surprised at all.
Mean-spirited, it's dark, and it's ugly, and everybody knows it. Let's move on.
I'm not surprised at all that this happened today. I said that. I said they should have done it better from the beginning. I'm not surprised there was outrage.
Well,
when
they
you
left
look
it
at
up
the
for
full
12
story,
hours.
it wasn't
So,
done vindictively.
Look, Katie, all I'm saying is you can say that. I don't know that. If you know how it happened, okay, great. But all I'm saying is this. When you're explaining you're losing in politics, and there were a lot of other things they could be talking about.
I agree.
The specific one is healthcare is not a cudgel. You know how sometimes we come up with issues that you're just not good on, so I keep hitting you with it.
All right, so I'm posting this video so that we could have the Obama conversation. But man, oh man, whenever this Katie Pavolich has kind of changing the dynamic of News Nation, because she's so insanely right wing that it's just every conversation is super, partisan and doesn't make any sense. But man, that defense of Donald Trump and the racist video is absurd, and it's part of the reason why we're at where we're at right now. Like we can literally see something that is racist and we know exactly what it is, and we see what's happening, and we have these people in positions of power saying, no, you are not seeing what you're seeing. It's actually something else. Like, this isn't a racist video. There's other people depicted as animals too. So because everyone's an animal in the video, the two black people depicted as apes very first in the video makes the whole video not like it just doesn't make any sense. And this is just goes more to the point of it doesn't matter what Trump does, what Trump says, MAGA is still going to support this guy, and that is terrifying. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. I got some more coming for you later. We're gonna talk about some gambling. We'll talk about Bad Bunny a little bit. Yeah, so like, share, subscribe, help me out here. If you guys have any feedback or anything, please share in the comments. Let me know what I need to fix, what could be better, the audio, the visual. I'm sure it could all improve. Let me know, guys. Check you later.